live. I hope so. Hello, y'all. My Cintiq is not working accordingly for some reason. So we're gonna fix that in a second. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay. So we are live. Hi, y'all. So it's been a while since I came back on live, but I'm trying to make it at least a routine of once a month for now, perhaps twice a month, to come on live to draw a bit to really get to know my audience. I have a small audience, very very teeny one. So I know I don't have 100 subs yet, but I'm hoping we can get that on the roll. I am gonna be live on Instagram as well for a short time, just so we can get some people rolling over. As you can see, I'm already working with a sketch. This is a drawing that I started 2 days ago, and then I didn't really do anything else to it. So, with that said, let me just turn on my Instagram live. Excuse me. I don't know if, well, no, that's not Instagram live. That was a story. Tell me you don't know how to use Instagram without telling me, right? So, if you don't know who I am, actually, let me just go live. All right. All right. Now I'm live on Instagram and on YouTube. So, welcome to those who decide to come in. I hope you enjoy this live. On Instagram, if you want to see like what I'm drawing, you're gonna have to go to YouTube to see what I'm drawing because unless I show you, but that's all a different story. Anyways, my name is Catherine. You call me Kathy, whichever you prefer. I'm gonna be drawing a bit. I'm gonna be drawing one of my OCs. I wanted the idea for this painting or drawing illustration. That's the correct word. Is to create like a sunflower field almost. But I wanted to do it in a way that it's like night instead of like the typical with the sun out. I don't know if that makes sense. So what I wanted to do is have the feel of sunflowers with the girl holding the sunflower, but there's also specks of lights, which is essentially going to be fireflies. So the reason why I decided to take this approach is because it's actually going to correlate with the story that I'm writing. I have a GL uh, WLW story, and I wanted to create like a manga around it. So right now I'm creating just a few illustrations around it, and actually I'm writing the story as well while trying to come up with the panels that I'm gonna do for the first chapter. So with that said, yeah, we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna get started. So again, if you want to watch what I'm doing, go ahead and like um, how do you say? Go follow me on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm doing. Oh, should I put music actually? Now that I think about it, it's like no music in the background. I think the program that I'm using for streaming does play music in the background. Uh, How do you share music on this thing? See, this is the problem that I have. I don't know how to use these platforms correctly. Like I'm just still learning how to use Restream. By the way, it's not sponsored or anything like that. If if it was, I think I would know how to use it by now. But I want to make sure that people are able to hear me on the YouTube side because I'm not sure. I know you can you hear me on Instagram actually? Let me know if you can. If you want to see what I'm doing, go to my YouTube channel. Um, I put a link on my stories so you can see. Decided to come on just because, you know, why not? Um, yes, awesome. Hey, what's up, man? I'm trying to figure out how to put music here. I don't want to get copyrighted, man. How do you how do you even share music on Restream? I'm pretty sure I knew how to do it before. It just oh, I think I found it. Video. No, that's background music. Here we go. All good, all good. Cool. So like okay, we got some lo-fi. Is that how you say lo-fi? Lo-fi. Okay. Nothing is playing. Where's the music, people? Where's the background music? Select. Oh, it's playing now. So lo-fi, lo-fi, lo-fi. But yeah, lo-fi. So can you do me a favor? Can you actually hop on my YouTube so to let me know if the music is playing and if you can hear me? Because I don't think anyone's watching over there right now. I mean, I'm gonna cut out all the fluff later. Oh, he was quick with that. He's gone. He's like, no. But okay, we're gonna get back into like drawing. Again, if you want to watch what I'm doing, I would recommend you to go to my YouTube channel so you can actually see what I'm drawing. Otherwise, I'm gonna just be talking here, and you're gonna be like, "What is she doing?" I'm drawing. You can ask me questions. You can just make conversation, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, like I'll just repeat what I said earlier. So basically, the purpose of this drawing that I'm doing is one, I'm creating a manga around GL. It's a GL story. I do have in store a fantasy story eventually, but that's gonna be in a longer story, so it's gonna take some time. So for now, I wanted to do my GL manga. It's been a long time coming. It's just I've been procrastinating in life, and when you become a mom, like everything changes. So there's that. And then I don't know, man, like it's just life changes. At some point I thought that I wasn't what's my name? It's the same name that's this one. Cafe Arts. I'll just put it in the chat so you can see. It's the same name. Oh, we got a new subscriber. But yeah, thank you for coming. But yeah, anyway, so it's been a long time that there was a time that I wanted to give up on art because I just felt like I wasn't really good enough at it anymore. You know what? Why am I doing this line? I think about it. Whoopsie. And I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like, life took a turn. Unfortunately, depression hit. A lot of stuff was happening. I was in postpartum depression. I gained a lot of weight during that time, even though I don't know if you guys are aware. Some of you may not be aware, but I also work on the fitness niche. So, during COVID, it was really rough for me. I mean, it was rough for a lot of people, not just me, but I know that I went through deep depression during that time. So, it was hard to come back from it. There was a lot of guilt, a lot of feelings, So, there was a time that I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to make art. I don't want to do anything. But I got back to it because I just told myself, what's the reason why I love art? It's because I'm able to express myself, even if it's negative emotions. I'm able to express that on paper, on canvas, on whatever medium I'm using, because that's just the way I am. That's always been that way. So I got back to it. I got back to it really slowly. I'll do some traditional stuff here and there. Although I'm just sketching stuff for now. I'm not really like doing anything perfect. I'm just trying to get the idea to see what I really want to do. But basically, yeah, it was really, really hard for me during that time. So I did a couple of art pieces traditionally, and I put them out there, and it felt good. It felt like how it was back then, because I used to draw a whole lot, especially during high school and like early years of my first college I went to. So it felt really good during that time. So I was like, I want that feeling again. I want to be able to feel enjoyment of making art again. And that was also during the time when I had gone through, I wouldn't say a midlife crisis, but I would say more like, um, hey, I see you there. So it was kind of like I was going through, I guess, a life crisis. I think we all kind of go through it when we're in our 30s. You kind of go through, not through a midlife crisis, but you go through a life crisis. Um, and then there's a whole lot of things going on with me, like identity crisis. There was like what I wanted to do with my career. There was so much going on. And I went on this journey to better my health. Not necessarily weight loss right away, but it was more like eating better, because I also had a really bad eating disorder, and I'm able to share that now a lot better because I'm more open about it. I was very scared to talk about it back then. And I talk about that a lot about in my fitness like channel, but that's a little plug in there. That's not like you don't have to follow that if you don't want to. My point is just when I was going through this healing process, I decided to start drawing again. I started to do a little bit of that because for me, that's self-care. Self-care is not always, meditation or like skincare or whatever. You just do something that really you have enjoyment for, or find something that you never knew you actually liked, and if it brings you enjoyment and it gives you like happiness, I feel like that's a type of self-care. So I started doing a lot more art again. Granted, I started doing a lot more digital stuff because I know that a lot of people move to digital, but I still try to make a cross from digital and traditional work because I don't want to forget that. Hey man, hi Chris, how you doing? It's been a while. So if you want to know what I'm doing, you can hop on over to my YouTube channel. You can actually see what I'm drawing. But yeah. So yeah, that's why I started drawing again, because I just wanted to like fulfill that empty hole that I felt. That sounds so cheesy, but there was like an empty, like there was a part of me that I've lost for a very long time, and I felt like I needed it back. So when I started making art again, I felt like I felt complete again. I felt like that missing puzzle was at least part of my life, like was back. Because I remember I had seen I think it was an old Facebook post, or I think no, it was not a Facebook post. It was a Instagram story post. You know how they give you the memory stuff, kind of like Facebook does. Well, I seen one story post that I put, and I had mentioned that. I mentioned like I feel like part of me is missing. Like I've lost part of my like who I am as a person because I'm not making art and so on. And it made me like, maybe sad, but it made me happy that I saw it because it made me realize that I've come a long way since then. And yeah, so even though I haven't been doing lives and posting very often, I am making art. It's just half of the stuff that I've done is like half done. Like it's not finished. That's one of the problems that I have. And I've been posting a lot more on TikTok, so because I feel like Instagram has really slowed down, and I kind of want to find more people that that like my art. I eventually want to like do like a Patreon and all that because again, I'm like writing my manga, and this story specifically may not be for everyone that follows me because it's a GL story, but I do have another story eventually in the future that I want to release. That it's a fantasy story. That's gonna be more either of like I wouldn't say a shoujo, not shoujo, a shonen, but it might be more like a shonen, but it's gonna be a little bit of like adult content in it. So main character is a girl though, but it's gonna be a lot of fighting, a lot of fantasy, a little bit of Greek mythology in there. So that's just gonna be a lot of planning because the world building on that it's gonna drive me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I'm gonna start sketching her out. Well, she's sketched out. You know what I mean. I'm gonna start inking her. If you have questions or if you want to talk about something specific, go ahead and like let me know. Like I actually have to check back on my. I'm probably gonna get off Instagram soon, so I can just keep an eye on my YouTube chat. So remember to just hop on over there and talk to me over there. I think it'd be easier for everybody. So gonna hop off Instagram, but I will stay on YouTube, and I'll be on for like another 30-40 minutes. All right, so now that I'm off, from Instagram, I am going to go check my live on my phone because I need to like keep up with the chat. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, here we go. Keep up with it. Oh, we don't need to hear that. All right. Just in case somebody's talking to me, I don't know. But anyways, if you write your own stories or like if you make your own manga, if you're planning to make your own manga, like what are things that inspired you to make your story? And what kind of genre or what style did you prefer? Or are you like more of a writer than an artist? Or are you both? Or are you more of an artist instead of a writer? But yeah. I think one of my biggest insecurities when it comes to art is looking good. Cinematic. Oh, so you want to make like film? I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. Could you give me an example? Also, like, you know how like the traditional, like not traditional, but like the more recent. Oh, I'm actually the same. Ideas come to me visually. I imagine everything before I draw, but sometimes it's so hard to put on paper per se. So I have to look here, not here, because I keep looking at my phone. But when I imagine what I want to draw, like I realize not everyone can do this, but I can see the picture in my head, like clear as day. I can imagine exactly what goes here, and everything. But I realized not everyone can do that. So it's kind of fascinating how the brain works. Um, but yeah, now everyone can see images in their head apparently. But what I was gonna say is, you know, in shoujo style, or usually in like I guess girl comics or whatever, the style it's one or two ways, especially like Jiao. One or two ways, very cutesy. I can show you an example, like, oh, maybe not that one. Okay, so it's kind of like this, or I don't know, like something else, like depending on what it is. But shoujo I, or like GL stories, very cutesy. But then there's webtoons, and the webtoons are, a lot of them are like manhwa style, so it's more Korean style. And I don't land on neither of those. And that's the part that I'm a little insecure about, because I'm like, is my art good enough for this? Like, that's what I think about sometimes. Ideas come to. Okay, I read that part. Exactly. Movies, animation, anime gets me inspired, or even Day by Day, Dragon Ball, and One Piece makes me want to push even further. So, you know what's even funny about shonen, or like even growing up with like Sailor Moon and stuff, I would imagine myself, well, not really myself, but my characters in that story. So even music, like like the openings, or like the ending music will give me that effect. So for example, like for like one song from Naruto, I think it's called Diver. That song, I don't know what it is about that song, but it gives me like the chills, and I imagine my characters in a fighting scene. You know, if when you see like Naruto like going after Sasuke in like in the water, it's like I imagine my characters like fighting like fantasy characters, and it's just like, ah, it's so good. It's like visually the way I see it, and then Bleach had that effect on me too. Bleach, like the openings, like they were so good, and I remember being a huge Bleach fan back then. Like the manga, the art to the manga was so beautiful, and then just like the songs, I'm like, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so good. Um, but yeah, like that happens not as often now. I don't know if because my imagination is not that great now. And I think after having kids, like part of my imagination, like, um, but that's why I'm trying to get back into it. And I know a lot of people think because you're in your 30s and you have kids that you have to turn off that part of yourself. You don't. You don't ever need to stop being yourself because you have kids. Like, and that's something that I had to learn, because it hurt me like bad. I was just like, man, I wish I can just be myself and not care what people thought, like it's hard sometimes to not care, especially as a parent. Um, but now I'm more like, I don't know, I don't give up. I'm not trying to get demonetized, but I really don't care. Like now I'm like, I'm gonna be myself no matter what, and I don't care what people say about me, you know. Of course, I try to carry myself as a good person, like not a good person, but a person with character, if that makes sense. Um, but sometimes you just don't need to give two EFs what people say about you. Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. Be a good person. That's what really matters. I don't know if this face looks kind of odd to me. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna put the nose here. And oh, so if you use Clip Studio, you know how they have the 3D models, right? So I took the 3D model and made it into how my character would look like. So for example, she's a short character like me, and she's plus size like me. So she almost kind of looks like me in reality because I took my own measurements and stuff just to create a more realistic character, but it's still like manga. Because I'm kind of tired of like the stereotype, like the same type of characters. Like they're all like nothing wrong, not body shaming. Also, nothing wrong with slim characters, but it's like always the same. It's not diverse. It's always the same type of personality. Sometimes it's so dull. Like it's kind of boring sometimes, especially for GL. There's always that main character that's either too dull or like too submissive, or I don't know if that makes sense. So I don't want to make it the typical GL, but I also don't want to make it extreme to the point that it's like just like adult content. I want to have a balance of like belt. This is going to be kind of like not the official ink, but this is going to be a more clear version of the inking. So I can... Why isn't this working? Not working! Oh, okay. Now it's working. I don't know what clothing I'm going to put her yet. So I'm just going to do like the body ink part for now. And eventually I'll come up with something for her to wear. They're saying facts. Well, I'm glad. I am glad that you feel that way. Okay. You know what? I might need a filter. Not a filter. A brush for this. Because I cannot draw how I used to be able to. Like, for sunflowers. Like, I don't know if you know, but like, sunflowers are my favorite flowers. And I draw them almost on everything. If you see some of my paintings, you'll see that I do that. I do draw them a lot. Again, the line is not going to be perfect. It's just so I can get a clear visual of what I want of the drawing instead of having like all these crazy other lines. And this is what I do every time I draw. Like, I'll do like different types of draft until I get what I really want, and then like actually move on to the inking, like the real inking. Oh, another thing is like, I don't know if you ever took Skillshare before. By the way, there it's not an ad either. It's like something that I'm personally doing. So I went on Skillshare, and like I was like, let me try the free, the free classes for like a month or whatever. And I took a manga class there because I was like, let me see if they have something on storytelling or manga or something. They do. So there is this one class that I took. It's really short. It's only like around 30-ish minutes long. And the guy gives you like some work you can do, like how to build the not to build the storyline, but it kind of gives you a guide of how to do it. And it was really interesting how he does it. And I can tell, like, I don't know if I can show you. I think I have it here. Well, I guess I don't. Okay, so basically, what you do, especially at the beginning, you build your character, right? So he'll like break down like what are their weaknesses, like their name, like the basic information, and you write down like their weaknesses and their strengths and stuff like that. So that's the character building part, and then you draw them. Obviously, I already know how my characters look like, so I didn't have to do that part. And then, like when you move on to his other course, which is a separate course, um, he does world build, not world building, but like story building, like the outline. So you can either take it and do it as like episode by episode, which is an interesting take that I saw, or you can do it as like a whole story. I think for if it's a short story, it would work better if you do it as a whole story. But if it's a longer story, I think the day, not day by day, but like episode by episode would work much better. And it's so much more like you can do so much more. I don't know if that makes sense. So I thought that was such an interesting take on it. And where did my thing go? Oh, okay. And I would recommend it to anyone, honestly. Again, it's not sponsored or anything, but I say why not give it a chance. I'm actually trying to take another manga class now because you learn a lot from different people, and you never know, you can just learn something different from a different person. So I was like, why not? Let's just give it a shot. And she the lady for the other one, she had an interesting take. I'm trying to remember. There was something that she had said that caught my eye. Oh, okay. I remember now. So she said that it's always when you want to do a manga and it's your first time doing it, she says to always do a short story first, just so you can get the feel of like making story and stuff. I think unless you have experience already, like doing that stuff, that's different. But me personally, even though I have experience like making stories, don't have a lot of experience of making like manga or like webtoons. So she was saying to do a story between 1 page to like 12 pages, and like go from like don't do it more than 12 pages because that would be just like it's kind of like a one shot if you think about it. So she's like, once you got the hang of that, you can start your actual story. So what I was thinking of doing is um, doing short panel like stories of my life and just post them on social media just so I can get that practice of drawing panels and like drawings, not drawing manga or style, whatever, webtoons, whatever you want to call them. And that's the approach that I wanted to take on it. Because I know that this story is not something that is going to be done like in a month or a few months. It might take me like more than a year because it's yeah, I have other things going on, so I'm definitely not gonna be able to be done in like a year. And I think now I'm not saying the longer you're doing your manga, the better. But I'm saying if you really want to build that audience and you want people to actually follow you and build that community, I think a little bit of a longer story is better. Unless you do a lot of short stories, then that's different. Arika, is it Arika or Arika? Of JoJo's also has a book on the. Oh, does he? Is it a guy, by the way? I feel like it is, right? It's the mangaka is a man, right? Or is it a woman? I actually don't know. This is confusing for me because this happened to me with Sayuki. I thought for the longest time. I don't know if you guys know what Sayuki is. I'll show you. If you don't know, oh no. So this is Sayuki, one of my favorites. Seinen, I think it's pronounced Seinen mangas. And for like years, I thought the mangaka was a man. Well, it turns out that it's not. It's a woman. And not because of I was like, oh, the flowers. I'm like, whatever, flowers. Anyone can draw flowers, you know. Actually, the artist even said that the flowers has nothing to do with the story. It's just she likes to draw the flowers. And I was like, she's actually like me. I do that. But I found out she's a female because one of my friends, she's a mangaka, and her name is Yuka Nagate, my friend. And she did a side story to Fist of the North Star like years ago. And I was still in high school when she did it. But anyways, she's the one that told me that this manga guy is a woman when I went to visit her back in like 2015 in Japan. And she was like, oh, so who's your one of your favorite artists? I was like, oh, it's the artist for Sayuki. And she was like, oh, she's great. I'm like, she? And then she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, it's a female? I'm like, bro, I thought she was a guy this whole time because she would draw herself kind of like a little dude naked running around and stuff. So I thought it was hilarious. I was like, wow. She was like, maybe she's just doing it to hide her identity kind of thing. But it's definitely a female. I'm like, wow, you learn something every day. So, anyways, back to drawing. Talking a little bit too much at that point, but you know. So you learn something every day. Like you just learn something every day. And I do have a book on like how to do webtoons. It's from an artist that I follow on TikTok. I think she's great. And I'm reading that too because I feel like even though it's almost similar information, like I said, you can learn so much more from like different points of views. So that's why I decided to buy it. And especially when I saw that she had it on sale, I was like, "Oh yes, I'm definitely buying this." I can't remember the artist's name. I'm terrible, but yeah. Oh, Danny. What happened to my Cintiq? Um, what is happening? It's like glitching out on me. So, like off topic, you know how I'm doing my fitness stuff, right? I'm finally teaching. Um, and there's a possibility of me being an art teacher there too. 'Cause I just spoke to the art department manager, and I asked him. I was like, I heard that you need an artist. He's actually about to interview someone too, and I was like, well, what kind of artist are you looking for? He was like, they don't even have to be very skilled. It's mainly for kids. And I'm like, well, I have some experience teaching, but not like a whole lot. And then I was like, but I am an artist, but I do mainly like cartooning and like, and I explained to him, I was like, I do like more manga style and all that. And he's like, oh, that's dope. Like, and I showed him a little bit of my work, and he was like, oh, this is really awesome. And I was like, what I was thinking is because I was like, I used to formerly work at a different Y because yeah, it's at the Y, and I was like, oh, we can do. What is happening with my Cintiq? It's like glitching out on me. I was like, oh, we can do like storytelling and like making illustrations, or we can do like they can make their own little comic book kind of style. And he's like, that's a great idea. And then he's like, it doesn't have to be like structure like in a way that's like it has to be perfect. I think it's really about the kids just enjoying art. And I'm like, yeah, and that's great. I'm like, I was like, I think the style that I would teach per se is more for like cater for like teens, like younger teens to like older teens. And he's like, yeah, I think he said that they're up to 17 years old. Yes, this is Clip Studio. Yeah, I have the Pro. I actually want XL, EX, XL, EX. But I have Pro for now because I do want to play around with the animation. What is happening with my Cintiq? It's like turns off, turns on. I'm like, really? But yeah, so there's that. I don't know what it just happened. So I guess that's a positive thing that's happened so far. So I wanted to share that with you. You know, haven't seen you in a while, but I know the drawing is not perfect. But I guess I mean, like I said, just trying to put everything in place so I can yeah, trying to figure out where this earring goes. She has another one, and at the other side, it's a different one. I do this. I don't know why I do this, but I tend to put a lot of earrings on my characters. I'm just fascinated by ear piercings. I'm so weird like that. I have it too, but I haven't been able to really practice because the kids are super needy. You're good. It's about expression. Yeah. Well, look, I'll give you a proposal. I guess that's you could say. One of these days, come on live with me, and we'll draw together. So you can just practice. We don't have to do anything specific. We can literally just hang out on live and just talk nonsense how we used to it like in college. So you let me know when you're free, and I'll let you know my schedule, and we can do that. This is actually me and my friends used to do that a lot on Zoom. We should just go on Zoom and like draw and just talk nonsense. And I told him several times, I was like, why don't we just do this live? You know, we can literally create community around this. I'm like, and I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna do it on my channel eventually, but I want to bring in people that I either actually know or like we can actually trust coming on with us, if that makes sense. I will too. Gonna be very, but yeah, no, it doesn't have to be now. It could be during the summer. It could be whenever you have the time, and if I'm available that time, of course. But again, and it doesn't have to be an always thing. It could be like a once in a while thing, or whenever you can. Like Cintiq. Do you have a Cintiq, by the way? Or like, do you have like a drawing tablet, or do you use like a iPad? Definitely. I do miss like drawing with other people because it's just like it's a lot more fun to do, um, versus just me talking all the time. If that makes sense. I don't know what's going on with my Cintiq. It's like glitching out. I think I might have to get a new plugin for it because I have the XP Pen. What is that? Is that a tablet? Apparently, I'm not up to date because I don't know what that is. It's a tablet. Is that Samsung? You know, for this streaming thing that I'm using, eventually I would probably want to get the pay version, the basic one, because I want to be able to stream to Twitch too, because I can't do it at the moment. I can only do one platform at a time. Um, because I'm using the free version because your girl's broke right now, okay? But yeah, even though I'm like technically I just started working, but no, it's a company. Ah, okay. Yes, DM me that. Let me see if I can take a look at that. I need to kind of educate myself on other types of like tablets because I feel like eventually if I like um post more, I may need to know a little bit more about these things. So yeah, there's that. I feel like her face looks a little weird. looks too big or something. I don't know. I mean, she is a she's a little plus size girl, but I feel like it looks should look rounder. Oops, but not so long. Now that looks weird too. Hold on. That's I'm not sure. Gotta move the mouth now, cause and the nose, cause it might look just a bit weird. Okay. No problem. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. And thanks for always coming to my lives. I'll try to hop on one of yours when I have time, because it's life. But I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. All right, take care. Okay. I don't know if I want to do like a dress on her. Hmm. Later, man. But anyways, I don't know if I want to do like a dress on her or something because it's kind of like summertime for the drawing. So I'm not sure entirely what I want to do. So for now, I'm just gonna like feel like she has a shirt on. Let's put like short sleeves for now. I feel like her upper body feels kind of off. Whoops, that's not right. Let's erase these lines here. Like give her a little bit of wrinkles just to remind myself that this is a shirt that she's not, in her birthday suit. Obviously. Okay. I think with that, we can erase the 3D model and go from there. All right, so this is what we have so far. We're working with something, right? Finally working with something. All right. So what I want to do is like, so don't judge me, but I have like some of the 3D models are kind of adultish poses. And what I mean is like romance kind of thing. Because again, this is gonna be a GL, so a lot of the posing are gonna help me with drawing. But yeah, I'm looking for one, not 3D posing. It was a specific one that I downloaded recently. And did I actually downloaded it? See all those? Yeah. Don't judge me. See the little kitty cats and stuff too. It's like it goes from like a regular 3D to like seductive 3D to hi, this is kitty cats, and then there's your lingerie one. So don't demonetize me, please. And then we got more animal ones. Yay. Okay, I need to go back up. I guess I didn't download it. I thought I did. Okay, we're gonna have to go to the App Store. App Store. Wow, the Asset Store. Oh boy. Okay. Not sure if you actually can see what I'm doing. I doubt it, but that's fine. I'm gonna look for sunflower. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing. What I'm doing at the asset store. Oh, awesome! They actually have some. Wow, they have some nice ones here. Okay, this is a bouquet. This is nice. Oh, okay. I get so surprised sometimes. Like I'm like, what's this? Excuse me. Oh, I like this. I like this brush too. It's 30 chippies. I have enough chippies. I can buy this. I have quite a few chippies actually. Quite a few. Hello, welcome. Welcome to my live stream. I haven't live streamed in a while, so I apologize if I'm like a little wacky. I'm getting used to the program that I'm using now, the live streaming one. It's called like Restream. So I'm still trying to figure out everything, but I think I got the hang of it now. Okay, I think that's good for what I have. Let me see if I can find like a sunflower field. That's what I want, like a sunflower field. Because I know that some people might think that that's cheating, but hey, it's there for a reason. Use the tools. And drawing sunflowers one by one is not easy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not coming up. Sunflower field is not coming up. Oh, I think I found something. Getting a lot of likes on my Instagram for whatever reason. Notification, not likes, notifications is what I meant. Um, okay. Okay, that doesn't. If you use Clip Studio and you know a good sunflower field brush or image, send it to me because it will come very handy in this situation. So for now, we're gonna work with what we have, and yeah, do what I have to do with that. Okay, back to drawing. Okay. So for now, I'm gonna turn off the line work with my gal here, and we're gonna work with a vector line, vector layer, sorry, and let's see something. Flowers. Okay, I'm gonna drop this here. I'm gonna drop that one there. I'm gonna drop that one there. They have the yellow ones, but what I might do is just color it in myself, just so I can give it more of my own touch to it. think I would prefer that. And that way I can have like a black and white version of it. So there, this. Oh, I have more stuff of sunflower here. Okay. This is nice. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, this is an image. Okay. Oh, these are images. Okay. I see. Okay. I think this is an image too. I can actually use the images too, so I'll play around with that stuff. Okay, so now that we have our flowers, let me see. What is this one? That is the bouquet. Okay, let's go back. That's not what I need. I don't know what that is. Let's blow this up. And what I mean by blow up, I mean like just make it bigger. Not literally. Is there a way to make it even bigger? I feel like there might be. Why is that the maximum? Oh, well, that sucks. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. I think I got something. Okay, let's close this. Okay. Oh. Yeah, still trying to get used to this because. Oh, that's not. Now they're too big. Okay, let's try that again. Guess I just gotta play around with it. No, that's not right. Yeah. I'll fix it in a sec. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. So we got that done. Then we can place a few flowers. Yeah, here we go. We got something working. So it can almost look like they're in the background, if that makes sense. So there's that. And for this, I'll choose these little flowers here. Yeah, put that now. Okay, so let's zoom in and obviously, like, how do you say, like, draw around it? Not draw, erase what's not necessary. So we're gonna do that. Wait. Oh, is it because I'm working on vector? Oh no, the erasing is not working. Okay. Should have known better. Okay, so. Well, that's not right. Okay. Let's open up a layer. And then merge with below. There we go. Okay, now it's a regular layer. I mean, it works better as a vector, but it is what it is. Can't do much of that. Or you know what? I am very, what's the word I'm looking for? I can just put it in the back. Okay. So, there we go. Okay. So that's much better. Okay. So you're still going to see it in the background, but not as much once I color over it because it's behind the character. So I know it looks a little messy right now, but bear with me. Okay. It's actually lowered the opacity again. Um, Here we go. So grass is what I have to do next. So, so here's the thing about me. I can draw characters. Can I draw backgrounds? No, not to save my life. This is why I use Clip Studio because your girl can't do backgrounds. So, and I'm just, I mean, I'm honest about it. Like, I can't. I don't know how to. Should I draw? Probably, but it takes a lot of time to do that, and I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm working with what I have. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't try, you know? Oh, this is super cute. I just found a brush that I really liked. That's my toxic trait when it comes to Clip Studio. I'll find like backgrounds and like that I'm not looking for, that I don't need, but I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. I can probably use it for, I don't know, for a future drawing. And sometimes I don't always use it, but it's still cute, you know? Okay. Let's see. Grass, grass, grass. Is this a brush? I think this is a brush. Oh, it says, and it's simple grass too. So it's not like overly complicated and like, because I can actually draw over it too, just to give it my own touch to it. Um, and we'll see. Oh, where did it go? Come back over here. Let's put it in vegetation. Where did he go? My lovely. Oh, there we go. And then we could give it different texture. Okay. So what I'm thinking is maybe something along like that. But I probably should color it in. I think my mom is about to come downstairs. Continuing on. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if green works well with it. Let's do a dark green for now. Why is this so like, I feel like, maybe this brass doesn't work. Let me see if I have any grass here. Where can I find these? Is it under color patterns? Nope. Oh, you know what? Let me just check my brushes. Maybe I have something. I have trees, fallen leaves. Oh, I have grass. Oh, we got something here. Okay, let me see. I don't know if this grass will look good. Can't even see it, girl. What's going on? Yeah, let's make this darker. Mm, can't even see it. Gotta make it probably bigger. That's too big now. Okay, I guess this is not gonna work. Let me see. I don't know what this one is. It says grass. That's all it says. These are like tallish grass. Okay, I mean, guess this can work for some parts. Like, kind of like the near the sunflowers. I'm just testing to see if something. Okay, let's try to see if there's a different type of grass. Okay, and I know that it looks like I'm going on the on my line work, but I'm not. Um, see, I'm just testing to see if something works. Although I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish the drawing today because I do have to eventually go pick up my son from school. Oh, that's pretty. I was not expecting that. How's that grass? Oh, okay, that's a different type of grass. Damn, man. Is there like different? Oh, there's different kinds. That is cool. Okay. Can you tell that I'm like fascinated by these things for like no reason? Can you tell I don't use Clip Studio that very often? I don't know what this is. It doesn't even show what it is. Just looks like specs. What is this? Must have like... Okay, I don't know what that is. I kind of want to do like a plain grass field on this part. On like this part here, this whole part here. Or just have like a few flowers here. I don't know exactly what I want to do. Um, let's go back to flowers just to see if I can find. What is this long grass? That's this. Or maybe we can work with this small one. Let's see if I can put it in black. Um, that's too small. No, you can't even see for that one. I guess it's just testing it out, just really seeing what works. Go back to green. Can't even see it, but I'll put in different shades of green and make them smaller and bigger just to see. I should have just made it green from the beginning. Yeah, I should have just shaded it in green. And then, again, I'm experimenting. I'm just going as, learning as I go, if that makes sense. Maybe I should have made it a darker green. Let's try a darker green. And it froze. And make it slightly smaller. Well, that doesn't look like green at all. And that's actually technically Okay, let's see. No, that still looks great. Okay, we're gonna go lighter instead. Let's see. I don't know if this actually is looking good, to be honest. Whoops. Ah, not looking too bad. I'm lying to myself. I can actually hand draw some of the green leaves here after I add the rest of these. This almost looks like, when the trees are like above you and like the sunshine kind of peeks through, but that's not what I'm trying to go for. Gonna have to figure out what I really want to do for that part, but it's a trial and error, right? So I have like another like 10-ish minutes here. Uh, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase um, this section here. Excuse me. Wow. I am so sorry about that. So I don't know if this is the best way to do this, but I am trying to erase all of this. Whoops, someone went over. Oh no. No! I can't see. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay. I don't know, this like live stream thing is in the way, so I think I'm just going to do that again. Because do I have a choice? No. Okay. Just focus. So I don't know if any of you have like kids or like siblings that are younger than you. I used to have an iPad Pro, and it's like an older version, the older version from like 2020, I want to say, or 2018 or something. And for the most part, it worked really well. One of my, I don't know if it was both of my kids or one of my kids, but basically they left it out in the deck, and I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it for like almost 2 days. I couldn't find it, and I'm like, where is my tablet? Well, it's partially my fault too because, oh my goodness, what just happened? Go back, go back. So my kids left it out in the deck, but it's not just like leaving it out on the deck. It rained, and it was out for 20, I want to say 24 hours out there. So it died on me. So it's no longer working. Well, I mean, technically it still works, so it turns on because you can hear it. But I think the water damage caused the screen not to work. So yeah, there's that. Yep. So I can no longer use my iPad Pro. I used to use what is it called? Procreate. And I really like the program, like for especially for the price. It was pretty good. So I did most of what just happened. I did a lot of the. Really? Am I still working on the vector or something? Hold on, let me double check. I think I'm working under a vector layer. Ah, I am. Oh crap. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure because I'm still learning how to use Clip Studio. Not yeah, Clip Studio. So I have to figure out how to like when you're using vector layers, how to erase and not like come back. I don't know if that makes sense. So because it keeps doing that to me. So all right, I have just a few more minutes, and then I have to log off. But I want to thank those who did stop by and say hi, even if it was just for just to say hello. I appreciate you. Um, and yeah, I'll try to do these more often. And actually have a like actual topic to talk about. I just decided to go on and like I was like, why not? It'd be fine. I kind of needed to like have that thing. I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel like I need that sense of connection with people, even if it's just online. But yeah, so this is what we have so far. Not the greatest, but I will be making adjustments to it, and yeah, we'll work from there. So, with that said, you're more than welcome to watch any of my other videos. I do have another live on there, but I don't think that's as entertaining. But I do have some older videos you wanted to watch. If you have any suggestions you want to see in the channel, feel free to let me know down in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more. And last thing I want to say is I am planning to make a manga series or webtoon series around this piece. It is a GL story, so look out for those updates coming on. And eventually, I want to do a Patreon if I have enough followers to do so. So support me on that. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next live. Peace. Now to end this stream.